Hey guys, what's up? I am back. It feels like I haven't been here in a while with you guys, which is true. I've been gone for forever. We're not gonna dwell on that. Life is crazy. Everything's great. We are here. We are back. We are centered. We are at peace. Life is good. Everything that we want is achievable. That is just a little energy that I'm hoping to pass on to you, regardless of what state you're in. Just remember that everything, as cheesy as it sounds, is gonna work out. So 3 piles to pick from today. Today's reading is gonna be kind of like who's crushing on you, who's got their eye on you, who can't stop thinking about you. The 3 piles are fluorite, lapis lazuli, and cherry quartz. Whatever pile is calling to you, pick it whenever you feel called to do so. Hi, pile number 1. If you picked the fluorite heart, this reading is for you. The fluorite crystal stone, rock, if you will, enhances spiritual energy work. It focuses on the will and balances the psyche. You could see it's got like purple and some blue, but that's not quite blue. If you in the sunlight, it's really pretty. But perhaps we need to work on our spiritual energy, and that's why you were called to this. So it's a little messy, but we'll get into it. All the cards couldn't fit. My setup, although I don't think you can tell, is different. The area that I'm doing this in is different than my usual area, so I don't quite have things figured out yet, so the cards can look kind of iffy. But let's talk about who can't stop thinking about you. Okay, so this person, there's a little bit of contradiction here because they want to fight for you. They want to fight for this connection. They want to fight off all suitors. Can you see his face, how determined this person is? And he or she, gender neutral here, wants to fight out other suitors. They want to have you all for themselves. They are prepared. They are ready for battle. But they are also very slow moving. They are unsure of what offer to bring to you. They are unsure of how to approach you. They want to take their time. Maybe you guys are still in the getting to know phase, or they're still just getting to know you. So they want to make sure that they go about this the right way. But this person kind of struggles with being pulled in many directions, as we see here. They have a lot going on in their own personal life, and I think that's what stops them from maybe asking you out, telling you how they feel, that type of thing. They're also very scared of rejection. This person's energy is very much so, they kind of can put you on a pedestal so much so that they're kind of oblivious to the fact that you're human and you have flaws. So this person just kind of like, I get the sense though that they do admire from afar. So this person may not be the first person that came to mind, but they are very interested, and they wish they could just know how to approach you, but they're so limited by their own beliefs and thoughts of like, no, this person couldn't possibly ever want me. Like, look at them. They are amazing. They are everything. This person could have recently also struggled with some... This is general, so it's not going to apply to everybody, but perhaps they were obsessive in the past, or they had substance little issues. Maybe they did too much of something that wasn't quite as healthy for them. But ultimately, I think this person is gonna work on their what's holding them back, what's keeping them from seeing the truth, and that they have gone through things, but you are open to getting to know them once they let you know who they are. I think you will be kind of happy with who this person is, and you will have like you will have had it like a sense of that they have struggled in the past, that they aren't perfect, and their past isn't, you know, a perfect past, because no one's is. And you're willing to look past that, and they are gonna come forward with, like, they're not gonna give you their feelings right away, but they are gonna kind of let you know that they're interested without telling you, like, how amazing they think you are and how they honestly want everybody back off and have you all to themselves. I get that kind of energy. They could have a little bit of a slight possessive streak. I think for most of you guys, it's not a big deal. But for some of you guys might want to watch out for that. Because this person just is scared that, like, anyone else can swoop you away. But, you know, you're probably pretty loyal, so they don't have to worry about that. But they're going to need that reassurance in the beginning stages for you guys. But again, it's like they're stuck in their own head. They're stuck in their own worry, and, you know, they're in a prison of their own confinement. You know, they could leave at any minute. The door is literally wide open, but they stick around. They're also afraid of, like, what your friends might say to you about them. Like, maybe this person could have, like, a little bit of, you know, you could live in a small town, or you can know this person from work, or, you know this person from somewhere, and other people around might know stuff about this person, and they're kind of afraid that they're gonna come tell you, like, all this gossip and be opposed to your connection. Like, maybe you are unattainable, maybe you come off as being a little more innocent than you actually are. And so they're kind of scared that people are gonna, like, warn you away, because they're gonna be like, no, that person's gonna taint you, like, you know, keep your space sacred, but more so keep your soul pure, keep your body pure. Like, this person's tainted, and they're scared that, you know, people are gonna say that about you. But your person needs to realize it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new person. Like, your guys' connection hasn't been tainted yet. They haven't done anything wrong to you yet. So they need to just get out of their own head and just make that move. Yeah. Because I think you will be quite embracing to them. Like, this person could be a fire sign, because I get a lot of strong energies here. Or they just have fire in their chart, but they're trying to come towards you, but again, they're just so stuck in their head. But the reality is that you would be so open to getting to know them, and I think that they are working on their freedom to come towards you, to express to you how they feel. And once they do, like, they're gonna feel like, even if you kind of reject them, maybe if you end up going like, no, I just want to be friends with this person, they are still gonna feel at peace that they were finally able to, like, let you know how they felt about you. I want to ask what it is about you that makes them so interested. So I think we should do some cards for that. Wow. You are very beautiful. And, like, I know that's, like, an obvious thing to say, but they really are intrigued by your beauty, and also by the growth that they see that you have done. I think for a lot of you guys have healed yourselves. You've gone through something really tough. It could be, you know, from your childhood, but you have come out stronger and more aware of your triggers and, you know, what makes you you. Wow, the stars. So you are very unique. The stars, Aquarius. So if you know any Aquarians, they are very different. They are very weird. They are very, even the ones that are, like, popular and, you know, seem like they fit in, are still, like, some could say a little wacky, but in the best ways. Like, they are up for talking about the weird stuff. They're very intelligent. They are very different, but, like, in the best possible way. And you don't have to be an Aquarius or any of the signs that I mentioned, but that's the energy. And that's all it is. It's just energies. Okay, and you are also badass. There's, like, maybe possibly two sides to you, if not more, because everybody's multi-dimensional. But there's something about you that is, like, fierce and quick-witted, and you could make people laugh with, like, your witty jokes. Some of you guys could have a really dark sense of humor, and your person likes that about you. I personally really like dark sense of humor, and I like people who know that I'm just joking when I say certain stuff. So I really like dark humor in others. But there's like this badassness to you, like you're still quite loving, and your heart is still accessible regardless of everything that you've gone through. But you're still able to protect yourself if you need to. And then the last card we have here is Negotiation 25, Queen of Sheba. This deck I literally just got, so I haven't really had a time to study it. So we're gonna read a little bit from the book. But I'm a mess and can't find the book. Bear with me. Okay, found it. So we are looking for Queen Sheba Negotiation. The Queen of Sheba, also known as Makeda, traveled from Ethiopia to Israel with a train of camels bearing precious spices and gold to seek wisdom and trade from King Solomon. Enthralled by her skill and beauty, he devised a way to conquer her affection. Yo! This is why I love tarot. This is why I love tarot. Okay, so this card talks about someone who finds the apple of their eye so attractive, so beautiful, that they want to conquer. You remember I was talking about how they want to fight and go against all these people who want you, to win you, essentially. Wow. Wow. Okay, anyways, so she gave birth to a son after returning to reign her great homeland. Queen of Sheba is here to advise you to be prudent and wise with your dealings and negotiations in the world. Always be fair and artfully enterprising so everybody wins. Travel could be on the horizon for you. High pile number 2. If you pick the lapis lazuli or sodalite house, you know what? I'm gonna stop trying. Sodalite, because I'm not gonna stop. Lapis lazuli. This reading is for you. I want to take a second to kind of talk about lapis lazuli. I love this one. It's kind of my favorite one to gift to friends if I feel like they could use a little boost. This is associated with the third eye and the throat chakra. You know, it talks about, it helps with self-esteem and assertiveness, as well as communication, truth and intuition, as well as maybe needing to be a little bit objective. And I think for your pile, this was really fitting, because let's talk about it. So, and I do apologize in advance. My setting is a little different than usual. I'm in a different place. Even if you can't really tell, I try to keep it as consistent as possible, but it is a new location and I'm kind of figuring out the setup right now. And so it's kind of messy, but we're gonna make it work. So first of all, I want to talk about the 5 of cups, 5 of chalices. I think you have been heartbroken. There's a song that goes, heart been broke so many times, I don't know what. Okay, anyways, so I think your heart's been broken so many times, and I do think that you are in a place that hopefully you feel like you have grown from it, and it's not as raw as it was at first. But, and you know, not so much even just heartbreak, but also disappointment after the fact. So for some of you guys, you could have been in a really long-term relationship or a really deep connection or serious relationship. You guys could have been married for some of you guys. A really deep and serious connection, at least from your end, and it ended. And then so you get out there, and first of all, I just have to, I'm hearing this and I have to say it. The person who is into you is going to leave you breathless, or you leave them breathless, because like as I'm doing your reading, I feel like I can't catch my breath. and I wasn't feeling like this for any other pile, and I'm literally sitting down like I shouldn't be out of breath. But it's a little hard to breathe. But so there's been setbacks and disappointments and heartache and heartbreak, and just for some of you guys feeling like there's no such thing as the one, there's no such thing as true love, there's no such thing as a happily ever after. Like, no. But that's not true, at least not right now, not for you. With the Ace of Wands, it talks about pure potential, something new, something that could be so much. So when we're talking about this person who has their eye on you, who's crushing on you, who can't stop thinking about you, there's so much potential between you guys. Like, this could go anywhere you want it to go. And all it's going to take is patience. Build the connection without being stressed. Build the connection without holding on too tight. Build the connection without expectations. For some of, I'm not going to tell you, this is a generalized reading, so I'm not going to tell you, like, that everything's going to work for every single person. But for some of you guys, I do hear that you guys have to let them come to you, that you guys have to let them put in the work for you, because you're a fucking prize, okay? Like, you need to look at the mirror and say that you are deserved to be coveted, you are deserved to be wanted, you deserve to have someone want you. And it's not even about the chase, right? Because you're not going to make someone you like chase you. We're not going to play games. But you are gonna, exclude this energy of, I'm a bad bitch, and you're lucky to have me. And if you're a guy, what's the equivalent of bad bitch? You know what? Guys are bad bitches too. You're a bad bitch, and they're lucky to have you. And you're lucky to have them, because if you don't feel like you're lucky to have them, then what's the fucking point? You don't need them. Which is interesting, because it's talking about self-esteem, and I feel like you guys have to... I read today somewhere that, the first 7 years of your life, like, most of your self-esteem comes from that. And not everyone had a great fucking childhood, a good 7 years. So if you struggle with self-esteem, and maybe your childhood was good, but you still struggle from, your younger teen, adolescent, middle school years, whatever, or even young adulthood, old, doesn't matter where your self-esteem issues may come from. Work on them. Work on yourself, because literally, regardless of what you look like, anyone would be lucky to have you. If you're not toxic. Just kidding. Everyone's toxic every now and then. Anyways, moving on. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. This talks about, like, a truce, or could be community. So for some of you guys, this person is in your circle. This person is someone who doesn't want to fight with you. If you guys have been conflicting in the past before, like, maybe you guys have struggled to, like, get along in some way, I don't know, that's gonna resonate for someone. This person doesn't want to argue with you. They don't want to fight with you. They're the kind of person who, like, wants to have, like, a harmonious, as much as possible, without, it being a big deal. Like, they're gonna let you probably choose where to eat, and they're not gonna tell you that they don't love that place, but they're gonna be happy to go in there, and they'll find something that they like. They're not self-sacrificing, but they do want to keep the peace with you, because you might be a little more opinionated. Or it could be the other way. You don't really care where you guys go for lunch, like, genuinely. So you let them choose most of the time. But with the Eight of Wands, this person's coming quick, yo. They've seen you. They've zeroed in. And they're coming fast. Next couple of weeks. Next couple of months. Different for everybody, but they're coming. Then we have community. So like I said before, I think this person is someone that you could possibly already call a friend. Whoever you're thinking about, it's probably this person. It's gonna be different for everybody, right? But you guys are both gonna feel a lot of security in this connection, a lot of, like, trust and a lot of like knowing that like it'll be fine, and like whatever happens between you guys is meant to happen, and you're not stressing anymore in it, you're not holding on tightly anymore. And I think that comes from the past hurt that you felt. While you're not like exactly numb to it, you are more accepting of it, and you realize that like regardless, like better things are always coming. You know what song I think would be a good song for you guys? It's called Better Things by Passion Pip. I'm gonna link that. I'm gonna do that for pile number 1 and pile number 3 too. It's a song. I love this song. It was like, not to get too personal into my life, but when I was going through big changes and I was really sad about what I was leaving behind, I was listening to that song, and it gives you a little bit of hope. So I think I'm gonna link that for you guys. And then wisdom. I think you just have to have the strength and the wisdom and the intuition, and also the hope that it's all gonna work out in your favor, even if this person doesn't end up being, you know, your forever, because I'm not gonna tell you that they are, because I don't see that in the cards, but they are someone very important, and they are someone that you guys are friends, like friends. That's what I keep hearing. You guys, they're in your circle already. You guys are friends. And if you don't know who they are, they're about to tell you. And they want partnership with you. They want to protect you. They want to be your ride or die. They're very smart and like sharp-witted. There's a lot of like energy. When they see you, they like can't almost stick. Sorry. They almost can't stay still. Like they have a million things that they want to talk to you about. Sorry, give me one sec. Something was in my throat, and I really feel like there's this energy of like jitteriness and of like wanting to talk about so many things with you and not having enough time, that they feel like they didn't get to express themselves fully, which is really funny because the lapis lazuli was all about the throat chakra. Also, they might have been feeling before like they couldn't approach you, or they couldn't make their feelings be known. Maybe they don't want to ruin the relationship, the friendship. But I think they're starting to realize that while they appreciate your friendship, like a move has to be made, you know? So they're going to do it. And then we have unlimited possibilities, which takes us back to the pure potential that this connection has. So this could literally go anywhere. But whatever happens, it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit them, and it's going to be amazing in the long run. And letting go. And this, again, talks about letting go of the past, letting go of the hurt that you have felt before, of the people who have hurt you, the people who have made you feel less than, the people who have made you feel like you're not worth it. I think there's a lot of, like, perhaps feeling like you weren't good enough in the past. And I think you have to look in the mirror and find an affirmation that works for you. I love myself. I am beautiful. Walk by the mirror and be like, dang, she's cute. Dang, he's hot. How's that? Look in the mirror and be like, wow, how are you that pretty? How are you that handsome? Wow, those eyebrows. Wow, those lips. Like, dang, who wouldn't want to kiss those lips? You have to be your own hype man. And I know it sounds cheesy, and I know it's like not a fun, like it's kind of weird, you know? But start doing it. If you struggle with self-esteem, start looking in the mirror and finding things you like about yourself. And if there's another person in your head saying, that's disgusting, ew, who is that? Shut that bitch down. Tell them to shut the F up. For whoever needs to hear that. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but I feel called to say it to whoever needs it. So then we have crossroads. And as I was telling pile number 1, I just got this this particular deck, and so I'm not familiar at all with it, but so I'm gonna read the book a bit to you guys to give you the intention of the book. But it's like completely up to you, the direction that you want to take your life. And I know this was supposed to be like about who has their eye on you, who's crushing on you. I don't know where this took a left turn. But let me find crossroads in the booklet. you know, for pile number 1, I also lost it, and so then I found it, and now I lost it again. Love that for me. Found it. So crossroads 18. There it is. Ancient Greek triple goddess Hecate is the queen of the three-way crossroads. The three life phases of crone, mother, and maiden are depicted in her three faces. She holds the key unlocking mysteries, the sword cutting through illusions, and the torch enlightenment. Hecate is protected by a rope, which safely connects her to the other realms. She's associated with the dark side of the moon and the shadow self. The three crossroads are symbolic of choices relating to your past. Where have you been? Present. Where are you now? And future. Where are you going? Hecate reminds you to look in every direction when making important choices. You must look honestly at everything, including what you don't like to see. Shadow. Often it is not what you choose that matters. It's why you chose that matters. Wow. So like I was saying, I think you have done the work. I think you have focused on healing yourself and trying not to dwell on the past and the past hurt and all the stuff that has made you you. But when it comes to this connection, you have to choose love. You have to choose whether it's self-love or whether it's opening your heart up to love, because with this person, you could have it all. You could, you know, have a healthy, stable connection relationship if you want to. But if you choose to dwell in the past hurt, if you choose to not let go of the things that have hurt you, you risk repeating patterns, you risk pushing this person away. But also, not everyone watching, this is a generalized reading, so I don't like to give false hope. So if you guys meet this person, or you guys know this person, you know who I'm talking about, and you're like, there's all these red flags that you're kind of ignoring, choose love, self-love. You know, choose yourself first. And if you struggle with being alone, you know, if you get into connections because you'd rather be distracted, that's when this card tries to have you ask yourself, why are you choosing these bad choices? Why are you choosing self-sabotage, self-destruction? Why are you choosing self-hate over self-love? Pile number 2, I'm back after I cleared the cards before I set up for pile number 2, because I cheated you guys out of something that I didn't cheat number 1 out of, and that was I pulled extra cards during the reading for a little bit of a live shuffling so we could see why they're into you, because I want to know, you want to know. Let's get some compliments. So, what do they find attractive? Like, I'm not taking this, but I'm taking these. Oh ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. Ho ho. Okay. So they see you as quite balanced. They see you as having your shit together, being somewhat serious, but still doing fun shit. Like, you're out here living your best life. Like, you put yourself first to them. So when we were talking about self-love earlier, I think you have a strong amount of self-love that you developed after heartbreak, after having, you know, hard times. And it just reminds you, earlier when I went on that tangent, for some of you guys, those are just little tips to continue your journey of self-love. But your personality definitely sees you like as someone balanced. Like, you're not, you know, indulging too much in fun, but you're also not stopping yourself from doing fun, but you're also out here getting your coin. Like, or they could quite simply just really see you as someone who's really good with their money. Like you're grounded, you have a good head on your shoulders. Some of your people might describe you as down to earth, as well as like curious, and you like to know things about people and about things. This is gonna be really weird to say, but they might kind of like that you could be slightly moody or slightly inconsistent with your moods. Just like really surface level, like maybe some days you're like not having it, so you give them a little extra sass, and then other days you're like really bubbly because you had enough sleep that day. It's really casual. It's not like don't overthink it. They just think it's cute when you're one day like all about it, and then the other days you're like, don't talk to me. But in a playful way, not in like an actual like really mean way. Anyways, they also really like that you have, I feel like you might be more emotional than they are. You might be quite an emotional person. And you might wear your heart on your sleeve, so you're not afraid to kind of show someone that you care about them in some way. You don't act too cool, you know? They could feel like you're very romantic, and they adore you. Like, they simply quite adore you. Like, they think you're adorable. Like, they think you're a cutie pie. Like, they look at you and they're just like, oh my god, why are they so cute? And then they kind of feel aggression. You know that aggression you feel when you're like, when you're near a baby and you just want to bite their little foot? That's how they feel about you. They also think you're really charming, and sometimes they're like, how are they that freaking charming? Like, they need to stop smiling like that, or I'm gonna like reach over the counter and bite their lip off and kiss them. But yeah, there's like, they also really enjoy that there's like a chemistry between you guys that is not that easy to replicate. You guys could literally be talking about the weather, and there is like a sexual charge of like a sexual chemistry that kind of just flows between you guys. You guys could literally, like I said, be talking about, oh yeah, it's so cold today, huh? Yeah, it is. And somehow it seems like while your mouths, your words are having a conversation, your eyes and other parts of your body are connecting through energies, talking about whole other things. Yeah, there's a strong connection that you guys have, and a strong pull that you guys feel towards each other, and they love it. They love the way you make them feel. Sometimes they look at you and they're like, wow, like, is this person flirting with me, or is this how they are with everybody? Because damn, they got it. Pile number 2. Okay, we are officially done. I pulled, I think, decent amount of cards for you guys. I hope you guys are happy. Thanks for joining me. I missed you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Pile number 2. I don't know what the hell this reading was. I hope this was helpful to someone. It was supposed to be a little more lighthearted than it actually came out to be, but if you guys subscribe, if you haven't already, next reading should be really juicy. So I'll see you guys later on the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, pile number 2. If you picked the cherry quartz, this reading is for you. I just got this, and I just kind of got into even realizing that there was such a thing as cherry quartz, and I'm fucking obsessed. Like, I wish I could make this into a necklace, just wear it all the time, or into like some kind of cool bracelet, like, I don't know, something. I love it. I'm obsessed. But if you pick this one, it's associated with the heart and the third eye. It brings new hopes. It can be an antidepressant for some people, relief from anxiety. It could help with sexual problems related to tension, and it helps develop vision for the bigger picture. It's just a strong overall healing, powerful energy stone. I have a little egg too. Look at it. It's the cutest freaking thing ever. Anyways, I'm done fucking ranting about cherry quartz. But I bring this up because I think it relates to your pile. I had such an easy time pulling cards for your pile. It was crazy. Also, for the other two piles, I also ended up finding songs. So if a song comes to me, I will link it in the description that, you know, possibly relates, or there are more messages in there for you. It's kind of messy, my area. This is a new location, even though it doesn't really look like it, but it's like a new setup kind of. So I'm kind of getting used to everything. But I will kind of go through the cards and make it feel less haphazard. And towards the end, I will pull more. I'll do like a little bit of live shuffling to kind of get what exactly it is that they really like about you specifically. But let's talk about it. So your person, they are not really in a position, I don't know why, we'll get into why, where they can come forward with any kind of offer or really any feelings. Just the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, and it just can sometimes talk about inaction or hesitancy or just not being able to make a move, really, which can be frustrating if you want the person to make a move. I don't necessarily see here that you should make the first move. I think this person just, they're dedicated. Here's the thing, they're dedicated to like how they feel about you, but I don't know, maybe they're more so dedicated to other aspects in their lives. For some of you guys, your person could have a child, and so that's their priority. And then we have the Four of Cups in reverse, which they are struggling to, when it comes to you, they are feeling like this was a lost opportunity. They missed their chance with you. Like they didn't step up. You know, they could have been stubborn and maybe something kind of went wrong in your connection, like a slight miscommunication or something, and they just refused. They're like, oh, so this is how they are, or oh, this really this. So they kind of dug their feet in the sand and said, I'm not budging. There's nothing you can do. Very much Taurus energy, very much stubborn person energy. But the thing is that they really lost something really strong with you, something really important, something really, like, they lost you, and they're gonna regret that for a long time. And it is because they are so dedicated and preoccupied with something, someone, something else. For some of you guys, it could be another person, but for a lot of you guys, it's just something else. And they never told you how they feel. They were blocked from telling you how they feel. This person is so blocked in general. They are so sexually frustrated when it comes to you. They are so frustrated in general with themselves. They are so disappointed in themselves. They're in such a negative ass mood. My God, go away with that energy. Get it away from me. I hope that's how you feel, because you do not need to be around this person who like needs you for happiness. Like, I'm sorry that they're going through all that stuff, but you're not a therapist. I mean, maybe you are a therapist, but you're not their therapist. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. That'd be kind of, I think that's unethical. Anyways, no judgment. But I don't know, I do feel bad for this person, but it's not really our responsibility to heal people that are broken or that aren't willing to work on themselves. I feel like I'm being a little harsh to this person, but I think it's because they play games, and because like the problems that they have are like easily fixable, you know. Okay, easier said than done, but it's kind of like they're just holding themselves back, and they're not oh my God, so complicated. They're the type of person who will prove themselves right by acting like a jerk, right? So I saw this video on TikTok where like this girl was talking to this guy, and And he was like, wow, is this real? You actually swiped on me? She's like, yeah, why wouldn't I? Like, your profile picture caught my eye. And he's like, oh, well, that almost never happens. He's like, I'm 5'8", by the way. And she's like, I'm 5'8" as well. Like, okay. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, I know the requirement's 6 foot and I don't meet that requirement. Like, so then he just like became this negative nuance that if he had just come with like good energy, with self-confidence, she didn't care. She, like, you know, like, he became he fulfilled his own prophecy. He got in his head about it, and then at the end of it, you know, all women suck because they have all these crazy requirements and standards, when it's like, no, dude, like, that was your own, that was a product of yourself. Like, you do that to yourself. That was a weird tangent. It's not going to apply to everyone, but this person very much so does that type of behavior, the self-sabotage, the self-doubt, the self-dislike. This person doesn't like themselves all the time, and I think that sometimes they can bounce around from person to person to get that fill. And I think for you guys, the connection was kind of mutual. They could have, like, this at the very least was in the connecting, the talking stages. For some of you guys, it could have been an ex, but it is someone that there was already some kind of contact with. Whether or not they, like, full-blown let you know. Actually, they didn't, because let's talk about that. I feel like you were too strong for this person. You showed too much self-love. You showed too much respect. You showed too much strength. So they could have gone with a weaker option. Or they crawled back into their hole. I don't know why am I so mean to this person? Oh my god. I think it's because I'm protective of you and your energy, because this person is, they're not it. But anyways, so they never exactly told you how they feel. I think they just expected you to read their mind and know how much they liked you. And so you didn't know, so you were kind of like, well, I don't know how much I'm going to invest to this person. Like, they're kind of being iffy. Like, I don't know. But they're actually so emotionally stunted, so emotionally immature. And I don't think you are. I think you have, like, a really open heart. You're cautious, as I think we all should be, usually. But you are open to real, true love. And this person wasn't. This person was playing games. This person, because we have the Princess of Cups in reverse, runs away from their problems. So if there was, like, a hiccup here, instead of working through it, instead of hanging on in there, they, like, dipped at the first chance they could. And I think we are not perfect ourselves, so we have to also be aware of, like, if we're just finding reasons for something to not work out, you know. But that's not, that's for a few, because we still should evaluate our behaviors and our actions, even if this other person was mostly in the wrong. Like, it was still like, was there anything I could have done differently? In your case, I don't think so. But they run away from their problems. They pretend they don't exist. They crawl under the sand after they dug their feet in and refused to move. Then they're like, well, this is going to be my home. And then they just crawled under the sand, covered themselves, and was like, I don't have any problems. I'm just here. And I think they demanded so much from you, but yet they weren't really giving much. They were acting like they were giving you a lot, but they weren't really. But they're still thinking about you. But this person has so many, like, they have, like, a self journey to go through, self-healing. They have a journey that they have yet to start on, but they're starting slowly. And, you know, you guys could come back after they've done their own self shadow work. But they were so in protective mode when they were with you of their heart. They were like, this person's too good for me. I'm not ready. This, and that. And they fulfilled their own prophecy. They had a decision to make, and I think it was like they were a little unsure of, like, if they should give it their all with you, or if or their that one other priority that they have, that other thing that was on their mind, and they chose the other thing. They certainly did. For some of you guys, though, they could still be stringing you along, still unsure, but for a lot of you guys, a mind was made up. Their mind was made up, and they did what they thought would hurt them the least amount. And so now they're out there exploring something easier, something that's less work, something that's also less fulfilling. We have perception and duality. Like I was saying earlier, this person really struggles with how they perceive things. Like, they could have thought that you were not interested, but you were just trying to figure them out. Maybe they were love bombing you, and you're like, whoa, let's slow down for a little bit. Let's figure this out. Like, you know, it's still really early stages. Maybe you could have taken your time with, like, sleeping with them, and it wasn't as easy as they wanted it to be. They wanted no work. They wanted zero effort. And this person kind of, like, goes through extremes with duality, black and white, good and bad. They kind of go through these, like, no, well, they are clearly really bad for me, or no, they are clearly this. They, like, obviously, they're so set in their thoughts and ways, and then they don't budge from it. So they could have judged you as, no, they don't want me. They canceled on me, even though, you know, you might have really had to cancel, or something happened and they were like, oh, nope, yep, nope, and just stuck with that. We have gateway, inner peace, and focus. This person has to focus on, you were a gateway for them. You were someone so special, so different, so unique, that really could have helped them in their life. And indirectly, or maybe directly, you have helped them. You have helped them learn. You've helped them start their journey. Because when they met you and they realized that they couldn't step up to the standards you had, they couldn't step up to be the person you didn't even do it on purpose. You might have subconsciously just expected better from them. You expected them to have much emotional maturity and respect for you, and they lacked it. And so that made them, like, go like, whoa, like, who am I? Like, this person is, we'll get into exactly what they think about you, but they saw all your good qualities and realized that they couldn't measure up. So then they retreated, and I hope dearly for them. And the cards said that they are currently focusing on themselves and their prior priority, their child or their family, whatever it is that they needed to focus on. And they're working on inner peace. So things do look good for them. And you guys could possibly revisit this in the future, like I was saying earlier. But right now, they just need some time and some space to, like, get their ish together. Then we have Vesta, the home. And as I was telling people earlier, this is my newest deck. So I am going to read from the book, just so we can kind of get to know this deck together. It's a really pretty deck. I really like it. It's Vesta, the home. Okay. Vesta is the Roman I can't, it's not gonna let me say it. It's the Roman goddess of the hearth, flame of the heart. Now I can't read. Vesta and her 6 Vestal virgins were revered as high priestesses who offered warmth and offerings to the people. So that is obviously you. You offered, however deep you guys got, you offered love, you offered security, you offered home. You are the home. You offered so much to this person, and it freaked them out, and they realized that they were not ready to give that another person that kind of love. They were just simply not ready. Vesta offers stability and warmth to your home. She's associated with nourishment, especially baked foods. Her humble pet donkey protected her from an intruder, and donkeys are considered sacred to Vesta. The sign for Vesta is an altar table with twin flames rising for it. Nurturing Vesta welcomes you to feel at home in the temple of your inner being. Your external physical home reflects your inner home. Vesta offers a sanctuary of warmth to your hearth and clan. Her energy nurtures the heaven of belonging. So they want to belong with you. They want what you offer. They want what you stand for. They see you and they want that so bad. But they are so not ready. They gotta fix what they gotta fix. They gotta work what they gotta work on. And if you feel like you haven't done that work, if you still find yourself in toxic situations, do the work. Do the work. That's all I could really say. Let's talk about something happier. Like, I don't know if that would be happier, but let's talk about why they're into you, why they can't stop thinking about you even now after everything that happened. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's kind of, you know, depending on if you guys have a lot of suitors, if you guys have a lot of, like, possibly, like, people that you're like, oh, it could be this person or this person, I think you're going to be a little surprised of who you end up figuring out who this person is. Like, you're like, wow, they're still thinking about me? Like, wow, I made that big of an impact in their life? Well, good. Because this person could have ghosted you, and you were left like, what the heck, man? So it's like, you know, their turn to still feel the burn. So let's talk about why they were so into you. Why they still can't stop thinking about you. Let's talk about it. You literally, when you guys first started talking, we have the 7 of Cups here. I moved, so I'm not gonna, my hands aren't gonna be on. Mic down. Mic down again. This person literally never told you how much they liked you. They literally want me to stop. They're trying to silence me right now. They're not wanting me to tell you. My mic just fell 3 times. This person does not want me to tell you. They were holding their cards so fucking close to their chest. They literally they couldn't be vulnerable with you. They wanted to so bad, but they were scared of rejection. They were scared that they weren't good enough. And so in the end, they did it to themselves. They made all those false thoughts and ideas come true by ruining the connection, and however they ruined it. Because for a lot of you guys, they ruined it. But you were a wish come true for them. Like, they saw you since the first time that they saw you, whether they told you or not. They were interested. They were like, whoa, like, this person can get it. Like, they can climb me. Like, they can ride me. Like, come take a ride. Like, come through. And they saw you kind of, I think that before you guys started talking, they kind of put you on this pedestal where they saw you as this prize, like this trophy on their arm. Like, you're so beautiful that they felt like even just having you was a little bit of a status symbol in some way. Maybe it was street cred because you're cool. Maybe it was just that you were beautiful and they just wanted to parade you around town and let everybody know that they had you, that they tapped that they... Very immature energy. And then I think so they also admired that you are, in their eyes, financially stable, that you have it together. You can have a nice car, you could have money to do extra things, you could have money to have fun, and you prioritize the right things, but you still let go and have fun. 2 of Pentacles, balance. You look at the big picture, not spending money too frivolously. That was hard to say. But okay, so they saw all your good qualities, right? And then once they started talking to you, they realized what that took, and they realized that they couldn't keep up. Maybe they didn't have as much money as you. They couldn't offer you something substantial. And then that's when their, like, egos were like, oh, I'm not good enough. And they envied you. They envied the life that you created for yourself. They envied who you were. What is the Nine of Swords about? Is what I want to know. Because that talks about distress and worry and anxiety and all these not so good emotions. So I wonder if that is how they felt. We're gonna get one more card and then we're gonna cut this because this is already at almost 20, and I don't know if I did 20 for everybody else. I want to be fair. Okay, now they want to talk. Five of Cups in reverse. We're gonna keep it reversed because what's this person's problem? Okay, so there's like an artisticness to you. There's a, you make your money, you provide for yourself, you try to be independent, like you got your shit together from their eyes, but also you're fun and you probably have a cool style, and physically they really like you. And there is this level of forgiveness. I think that when they fucked up, you forgave them, and it hurt them even worse than if you had blocked or ghosted or fought them. The way that you handled what they did fucking blew their mind. And even that made them go like, fuck. On top of it, they're understanding. On top of it, they're kind. You made them feel like a fucking dick, which they were. They couldn't handle that. I think they can't handle the fact that you're not toxic. They want to play games, and I don't think you're having it. But they see how, like, you're just so much, you're emotionally mature, and you are ready for a serious, you're ready for something that's not juvenile and childish, and they're just not. Pile number 3, that's where I'm ending it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I miss you guys so much, so I'm happy I'm back. And next time should be a really juicy reading, so stick around if you want to watch that. And I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.